My name is Xavier, and welcome to Phoenix Point Backer Build 3. The implementation of the strategy layer. If you have no idea what this game is, it's the spiritual successor to XCOM. The very same XCOM that I have spent no less than 5,000 hours of my life playing between all of its various iterations and many more working on balance for the Long Wars. But this is the first time we get to actually see the Phoenix Point beyond a single mission, and we get to see the very early implementation of the strategy layer. We can fly around, see some missions. There's 3 different missions we can do. I'm going to try to do all 3 of them this week. Additionally, we can manage a little bit of a roster, manage some inventory, and have a little bit of fun. So with that being said, I think we should just jump right into it as we complete our cinematic intro loop here. By the way, whatever this thing is, that thing is terrifying. It's terrifying. Also disgusting. I hope they add a flamethrower so I can burn it to the ground. Woo. The first thing to note about the strategy map here is the map itself. Because that was the first thing I had seen when I came in. Almost immediately I noticed the seas have risen. It's the year 2047. The seas are higher here, here, here. Look at this, like tons of Russia's underwater. Half the UK is gone. Denmark gone. Large portions of Libya gone. You can see a huge amount down here in South Africa near Brazil gone. Florida, the whole state underwater. Louisiana gone. A large chunk of California is underwater now as well. And then a huge amount here in China and Australia. But with that being said, I think that's a really cool little detail. Someone had to go in and actually make a model of the entire world and raise the seas where they should have been raised. So I don't know who did that, but I really like that little... It doesn't matter too much. I don't think it matters at all, actually, in terms of gameplay, but it's a little detail that I like quite a bit. Speaking of details, this right here, the second thing I had noticed after seeing that map was the pause button. There is a pause button. For those of you who have played XCOM, Enemy Within, Enemy Unknown, Wrath of the Lich King, whatever it's called, XCOM 2, you might have wondered why on earth there's no pause button in any of the strategy layers as you scramble frantically to click on a button and always feel pressured because you can't pause the game and feel safe. Well, there you go, friends. Fingers crossed for XCOM 3 stealing this wonderfully implemented pause button from Phoenix Point. Joking aside, though, tech up here we've got 0, materials 200, and food 0. These are our 3 resources. We got diplomacy up on the top, right? We got 1, 2, 3 factions. Not sure. I think one's New Jericho. The other one, I can't remember the other 2, actually. And then this is our base right now. This is Symes Memorial Base. And additionally, we've got 1 aircraft. Manticore 1. In that aircraft, we have 1 of every class that's available currently. And we've got 1 vehicle. Click down here and look at our squad roster. You can see we have 5 soldiers. Actually, we have 4 soldiers, rather, and our vehicle, the NJ Armadillo 1. Lydia O'Reilly. Olivia O'Sullivan. Boy, lots of... Wow, Georgia O'Reilly. John O'Sullivan. Whew. These guys... What the heck is this? It's just like a bunch of families getting together to save the world, I guess? In any event, if we wanted to, we could come in here and mess around with their gear a little bit. This is a very basic implementation. There's not too much to do right now because we only have super basic stuff. Like, this armor doesn't even do anything. It's just for looks currently. We could add a med kit if we wanted to, but it's not an important thing right now. We don't need any extra ammo yet. One of the things I really like about this is that you can run out of ammo and as you're flying around, and you need to manage reloads and ammo capacities for each soldier, for each gun, depending on where you are in the map. The functionality of this yellow circle is that's how far we can fly direct on our fuel reserve. The problem with that is that we can't get back. So you can see up here, we could fly up to this location, but because it's dotted, we couldn't actually fly back with the fuel that we have. We can, however, fly up here and fly back. And you can also see, fortunately enough, we spawned in one of the alien spawns. Like right in the middle of it, actually. There's one here, One there and one there. They always spawn in the ocean, from what I read. The only other thing I wanted to comment on before we jump into exploring here is I really do enjoy the way this is set up. The strategy layer feels like something I can get immersed in. Let me just show you. Let's fly over here, right? And then watch the circle go as I move. Woo. Very smooth. We can see this is one of those havens we were talking about before. If I click on it, it is Siderion? What? Synedrion? I don't know. Must be Syndrion. Regardless, that's one of the factions. We have a little bit of reputation with them. They do like us a little bit. As such, because we have a little bit of reputation with them here, not necessarily in the globally, but here, this one likes us. We could currently build a refueling station here. Every time we come back here, you can see our range just goes back to full because it's a refueling station. So over time, you have to spread out, you have to build your refueling stations, you have to have reputation with the factions that you do it with, which may or may not be easy to do. Right now, there's no way to really get reputation with them other than defending them from a Haven invasion, I believe, which will probably actually happen because there's one right there. But the cool thing about this is this really connects me to the strategy layer. Like, I'm in control, I'm doing things, making decisions, flying around. Like, I'll get to that in just a second, but where do we lay our refueling stations and also our radar stations that help us to unlock and see what's going on? And then where each one of our ships is with its own crew. This is probably the best strategic layer implementation. I mean, I didn't even think they could make it this well, to be honest, because you're going to have multiple planes flying around, each with their own specific crew. If someone dies, you got to fly back to a base and get a new guy, I would imagine. You're going to run out of ammo if you're not careful and you blow it like I did in my first test run, just overwatching for days. I was like, wow, this is working. I'm killing everybody. Then I went to go do the next mission and I ran out of ammo on literally everyone because I didn't realize ammo carried over. You have to physically reload your ammo between, not necessarily between missions, but you have to have ammo to reload to get it for the next mission, unless you go back to a base. But in any event, I think this is going to be a lot of fun playing the strategic layer and planning it out. But for now, let's get in here and do our very first mission. So this is going to be a scavenging mission. There's three missions. We're going to do all three this week. We have scavenging, Haven defense, and it's like a base assault. I forget what they call it. Alien nest, I think they call it. So here we need to eliminate the hostile forces to claim all the contents of crates, or you can collect what you want and leave. Warning, scavenging missions are much more dangerous if within a mist zone, which it is. Okay, I'm up for doing a much more dangerous mission 3 seconds into the game. We have 5 tech reward, 20 materials, and 10 food. Let's do it. But yeah, when things come up on the map, you need to get there within a certain time. And what if, like, what if the aliens assault your haven where you had a fuel depot? You can't get there exactly. You might have to do an emergency refuel, might have to fly around. It's a very good way to bring the player into the game, I feel. Strategically speaking. Let's shut off gamepad over here on the UI. And another thing I need to do is cut down the music just a smidgy. There we go. Now I can hear myself talk. So I imagine most of you by now have already seen the basic mechanics. And the basic mechanics are, we have hit points right here. Or no, we actually have armor, which is gray, I suppose. This is our class icon. Then we have armor next to it. And then we have hit points underneath that in blue. Over here we have our vehicle with 19 armor. Conveniently, it's sorted into blocks of 10 hit points each. So you can very quickly look and say, oh, that's 19. And then... boy, it's a little bit laggy right here on this mission. It is an early build, though, so... And I also... The two options for launching the build, for graphics options, were Fantastic and Potato. So, I went with Fantastic, because I have a 1080 Ti overclocked, like, mercilessly. However, I also have a 4K monitor, and it's not an optimized game yet. So, might look a little bit laggy. On some missions, like this one right now. In any event, we have a spawner spore thing over here. Here's a crate, and here is one enemy. Those are the things we see right above our action bar here on the top. So if I were to click on this, yeah, we can see it's right there. If I were to click, like, again, I believe we target it like that so we can see directly. All of our actions are right here. On the very bottom, we have our action point bar. This is such a better implementation than XCOM, in my opinion. I've had a lot of fun with this, and I'm really looking forward to using it more. But let's just finish off the rest of the UI before I go into it in depth. So on the right is our guns. We hit X to switch through them. We got sniper, pistol, heal. Down on the bottom, you can see what these things do. So the sniper rifle has armor piercing. Okay. The pistol has armor piercing as well, and return fire. So if we have that open, someone shoots at us, we shoot back. Interesting. And then here's our med kit with 2 charges. And you can see the action bars actually changed for each one. So the pistol comes with a perk over here, where we can spend 2 will points to fire the weapon without consuming our action points. And will is kind of like a special pool of points you can dip into, like once permission to do a bunch of extra things that one turn. You can only really refill it, I think, by killing people, and also by going to these blue locations and taking those strategic places. Yeah, there's one right over here too. You take the top of the tower, everyone's like, huzzah! And they get pretty psyched up for it. In any event, in addition to the action bar here, from 0 to 100, that's essentially 100 action points, unlike XCOM that has 2 action points. Now, you can do a whole bunch of things. Like, we could shoot first, then we still have 25 left. We could either open our inventory, we could move a little bit, we could move, then shoot. There's no real restrictions here. Some of these classes have the ability to regenerate, like this one here, our Assault, can use 3 will points to gain 50% back. So you can move, shoot, use 5 more will points over here to take 3 bursts for no action costs, shoot again, move. You can string a whole bunch of commands together, which is fantastic. But the most important thing of all, if you haven't seen it already, and it's super fantastic, is the actual ballistic trajectory shooting. So you physically aim where you want the bullet to go, or bullets, rather. And inside the red is going to be 50% chance. Between the red and the blue is the other 50% chance. Meaning you can actually physically see your RNG and calculate it yourself. And you know what? This is not a fantastic shot. So why don't we make that shot better by moving over here a couple of smidges. Looking good. Look how clean and clear it is. It looks really nice, this game. There is one level with a bit too much fog, but look at this guy. Let's go for the leg over here, I think. He's got 2 armor. Our gun does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. So 5, but we could also apparently min roll. What's likely is that we do 3, but we could do 6 and just take the whole arm off. Let's see how it works out for. You know what? Let's do this. Let's use one of these special abilities just to demonstrate how it works over here. So the sniper has this new ability called Deadly Duo. You take 2 shots with double accuracy. And that takes just as many action points as fire. However, oh wait, will point 0. Oh, there we go. It takes will points -5. If we do this, we lose 5 of our 6 will points and we can't do any more for a while. But that's fine by me. Let's do the, yeah, look how much more accurate this is. So now we can almost guarantee that we hit that leg right in the knee. Did we actually miss? We actually missed. Well, the XCOM's spiritual successor indeed. The only place we could have missed is right here or right there. If you guys ever played World of Tanks, they have the same kind of system, only World of Tanks has an aiming reticle over time. So you'll aim like this, and as you stay there, your reticle gets closer and smaller and smaller and smaller. So your accuracy gets a little bit better, but it stops at some point. In any event, we just got a really bad roll and rolled like right there out of all the places on the map. So here we go, second time's a charm. There we go, 6 damage. We broke his leg, and he's bleeding, which means he's gonna take 1 action point per turn. And we can still move if I wanted to. I don't necessarily want to right now, though. One thing I do want to do, which would be a ton of fun, like a real ton of fun, is go YOLO mode. Let's come over here and jump into this vehicle. Boom. All right, now let's alt tab. Now the vehicles by themselves are not units, so they're just things you can use and drive around in with one of your guys, and then you can't really use the guy. But what you can do is go full on ramming speed. The thing's like spins the tires full speed ahead. 18 damage we just did to this thing. We didn't kill it, so we stopped at it. I was also hoping to knock out the floor here so this guy would fall down and take damage. Unfortunately, he didn't quite manage to pull that off. Still, though, that's a thing. Let's come over here with Olivia and see what we've got. I kind of feel like blowing all my willpower, right? Ooh, here's one of those new critters. Where is he? Somewhere in here. We can't quite see him. These things have mind control. It's pretty fun. Always got to have mind control units in the first 5 seconds in XCOM these days. It actually is a fun thing, though. We'll get to that a little bit later. Let's see if we can pull this shot off. It's going to be like less than 50%, but it looks good to me. And a fire. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so this is the assault class, and we're going to take shots 3 bursts at 1 more target. All right. So I think each one of these ammos represents 6 rounds, and we just fired 3. Let's do rapid clearance again. The point of this ability is that you can use 5 will points to take like 3 shots at no action point cost. So that's our second one. And let's do our third one. Now, we could aim somewhere else if we wanted to, but I'm fine just going right here on that carapace. Unless his arm... Ooh, his arm actually has less armor. Let's try to clip that. Well, -1. And then lastly, we can use our actual action points here to shoot 1 more time. This is a really tough shot. Would have been better shooting with anyone else, basically, but... not bad. And lastly, this is our heavy class. So what we're going to do is move up. And I'm actually... Now, they show you... The blue is how far you can move before you can no longer take your regular standard shot. And if you switch weapons to something else, like over here we have a med kit on a rocket launcher, you can see we can move even further before we can then... or if we move all the way over here, we'll still be able to shoot the rocket launcher. That's what I'm trying to say. But this is as far as we can go if we want to use this gun. And I actually do, but I want to use it on Overwatch because I want him to come out of there. It's a little too hard to hit him where he is. And that's going to be our turn. So let's end over here. This thing's going to immediately spit mist all over the ground because that's what it does. Deploy shield up over there. Now, there's no difficulty in the game yet, so for the most part, I think this is going to be a pretty easy playthrough, but I can very easily imagine on higher difficulty the game getting insane because the enemies seem to spawn in from those little glowing spots. Oh, there's our... Ooh, that was a good move. It worked out. And then this little guy over here lost a willpower now because his friend died over there. But anyway, as I was saying, up here on the top, you can see that flashing alien reinforcement indicator. They can come in reinforcement, like individual reinforcements at all of those locations around the map. And there's not too many of them right now. But imagine if they crank the difficulty up and spawn like 6 times more guys. They'd be coming from... You wouldn't know where they're coming from. They'd be coming from all over the place. Everything starts activated. No stealth, ninja mechanics. They could be anywhere. The units can do all kinds of different stuff. They can move pretty far. It would be hectic, I'll tell you that much. One of the things I really like about this game is ammo management. Granted, now right now we've used 4 out of our 5 groups of rounds. I'm not sure exactly. This is 6 ammo times 4, so that's 24 ammo. We've got 30 apparently in the magazine, so we could reload right now and go back up. But I think that uses an entire magazine. I think we're just gonna stick with what we have for now. Let's move up over here. You can clearly see we have a low cover here versus this direction, which is exactly what we want. In case something spawns in this fog. Now, we can't see through that fog, but the AI can. Let's just go for a headshot here. Boom. Beautiful. Take a nap, friend. Out of ammo, and unfortunately, we can't reload, but we can spend our 3 willpower to get more action points to blow our reload. All right, now we can even move more if I wanted to. I very, very much... This just feels so intuitive to me. The interaction between all of these, the 100 action point bar. This is something I've always gone on about in XCOM. Like, you need to go on a scale of 0 to 100. And they did that as well with the hit points, to a greater extent. Like in XCOM, you start with 4 hit points. And here you got at least 10, which is nice. More granularity. Enemies can do stuff without completely overpowering stuff. And at the same time, you don't die in like one shot right out of the gate. Woo! Okay, so as we're moving, we spotted a crate over here. And that what happens is the game interrupts your movement to show you a crate. And that's nice that they do that, but I really wish they had a move option without interrupting. And then after the fact, you could do it, because sometimes you try to move and it's like, oh, stop here, what's that? Stop here, what's that? Stop here, what's that? It actually can be a little bit frustrating to try to move around the map. Rarely, though. This is a really terrible shot. Really terrible. But as far as I can tell, this vehicle does not need magazines. I think it automatically reloads after every mission. So, and you can't reload it during a mission. So, hey, why not just blow the ammo? Wow. Hit for 8 with a bleed. I will take it. I will absolutely take it. Back here will do nothing. And now the question is, what do we do about that little dopey over there? Let's move closer. And actually go to pistol now. See what our odds are. 0, we can't even see it, so let's just go into Overwatch. And I like how when I said see what my odds are, I didn't look at a number on the screen. I actually had to physically look at the unit. Again, just pulling me into the game. I love it. Like I'm looking at the unit rather than looking at a number on the screen. Such a simple thing. It's such a big difference for immersion. All right, we're pretty much done here. One of the things about the vehicles is once you're done moving them, you can actually get out of the vehicle. And then you have half of your action bar left. It seems a little overpowered to me that you can do that. Because you could, like, ramming speed across, get out, and then shoot all in the same turn. But let's just end the turn for now. Alien turns do take quite a bit of a while. Yeah, that's not where I wanted my Overwatch, to be honest. Odds of that were not good. That's a very inaccurate gun. And that was super long range. Well, hopefully the sniper over... Well, I guess we can demonstrate the mind control, because it's about to happen. Oh. Oh, did I not put the pistol on? I meant to put the pistol on for the mind control. Or the Overwatch. My mistake. So my first thought when I started playing this game was, why on earth are they sending single enemies at me? Oh, it's just, yes, here it is! Wonderful. Okay, so now we have one soldier mind controlled. That unit's now dead. And in order to free him, we need to blow this thing off of his head or rip it off of his head. And we don't want to kill him. So, a bit of a finicky conundrum. These units seem to be extremely common. One of the other things I should mention is that there is cover in the game. Like, you can see there's low cover here, and there's high cover some places. Yeah, here's some high cover on the lamppost, and some low cover behind us there. And that's all fine and well, but the game has a lot more versatility in the map. Like, you can play the map. You can run out. You can do stuff. You don't necessarily always need to be in cover. It kind of really depends. And I like that a lot. Whereas in XCOM, it was almost a death sentence to run out into the open oftentimes. The only hope I can see here for this is to shoot this thing off with our sharpshooter. And that's not the best of odds, so let's get as close as we can get for better accuracy. This is where if I had kept my will points, I could have used my Deadly Duo skill here with double accuracy to make this guaranteed. Now, I might miss, and if I miss, I hit our own soldier. Like, if I hit right there, I think we're going to hit him in the back of the head. If I hit right here, though, we're going to maybe kill this thing. Seems legit. My God. All right, well, we did both. We shot the thing off of his head, hit him for 2. He lost 2 willpower, and he panicked, which you can see here with this amazing icon. Holy bananas, friends. This guy's going to bleed for 1, then he's going to bleed for 1 again, but there's not too much we can do. So let's go for some zoomies out here, I suppose. Actually, there is a lot. I forgot we had the vehicle here. I'm more concerned with this guy. He's got the shield up, right? You know what? Ramming speed! Oh my god. It might be a little overpowered. Just a little bit. It's fun, though. Anyway, let's end the turn. Ooh. Oh, the poor guy. Didn't even get to move. He's immediately back into this nonsense again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. Yeah. The amount of mind controls they're leveling on us right now is a little excessive because one guy's driving an armadillo 1,000 miles away. We have only Lydia over here, and we're actually almost out of ammo. We got one more round, and that's it. So this, whoever this is panicked. I can't even see who it is. What we're going to have to do is, let's move up here. I like the line of sight indicators here, although I think they could be a little bit clearer. So if we're moving here, it's showing us in red. That means we're going to be able to shoot. If we move here, it's showing us in white. We will have line of sight, but we won't be able to shoot. So good information. Let's move up. Unlike in XCOM, moving close does not give you a penalty to sharpshooting. Moving closer pretty much always makes your shot more accurate, as far as I can tell. That is still not great, though. Oh, that's only a 50-50. This could potentially be disastrous. However, I want to free this one because I think we might have the ability to use them right now because they're not panicked, whereas the other one is. So is it worth the 50-50? Sure. Worst case, what happens, right? We just get a squad wipe on our very first mission demoing the game. Why not? Oh! I completely missed and shot the missile launcher off of his back. Wait, no. I did not miss, actually. Okay, we hit it, and he's free, but we also destroyed our own missile launcher. That's it. It's gone. Don't have it anymore. If we want to launch missiles, we need to find a new one someplace. Ooh. Unfortunately, we can't do anything, so that plan didn't work out too well. We're about to get shot, and it's not going to be fun. Ooh. You know what I might be able to do? Let's see if we can exploit this hacky McHackerson stuff, right? Let's zoom over here on a dash. Beautiful. Exit the vehicle. We're out. Nice. Now you can see we still have half our action points. We want to shoot this guy, but remember, our technical is not the best shot. Do we have any other options? We have a grenade, but that's going to do all kinds of damage. We've got this. We actually have this technical suit that can remove those guys, but we have to be in melee range to do it, and we're not going to be there this round. We have a turret we could deploy, although if we deploy it now, we won't have it in the future, so I need to be a little bit careful about that. This is not a super pressing situation, so let's go as close as we can get, and then take a shot and pray for luck. Boy, once again, oh, that is like, the chances, that is, let's give it a whirl, right? Pray for luck! Woo! I can't believe we actually did it. I just saw another willpower penalty and another panic button there, but hopefully we didn't destroy more of our own gear. Anyway, I could see this being an incredibly deep tactical experience if, like, the balance of the higher difficulties is there. There's so many options, and they're all intuitive and consistent. And they play with a well-thought-out and well-designed system with the 100 action points. And I also feel like the strategy layer is just another extension of that. Like, it's a really good strategy layer. I mean, it's not too involved. You know, it's not like Europa Universalis or anything. There we go. We ran over there and we hit recover, which actually gave us will. The reason we did that is because of panic. But the strategy layer is just enough to feel like, you know, you're the one doing stuff, in charge of the world, making the changes, and things are happening. If you do it right, things might work out well, and if they don't... Speaking of things not working out well, when I first got access to this build, the very first thing I did was use this ability here, Rage Burst at Target. So what this does is use 5 willpower, and then it uses all of your ammo, all of it. So if you have a full magazine, it'll fire the entire thing. It's not accurate, like, at all. But, so I did that, and I was aiming at an enemy who was, like, right, like, here, kinda, right beyond this. And yeah, the guy was like for like a minute, and then I blew up my vehicle and blew up the guy inside of it. So the first thing I did in Phoenix Point, the official first thing I did was kill 2/5 of my squad by shooting them in the back. The XCOM spiritual successor. In any event, I want to come take care of this guy, but I don't want to get meleeed. Let's try a grenade, right? Or, you know what? Forget that. Let's get in here and learn this guy a bit of the old ramming speed, shall we? Now, I did play quite a few missions, and they all played smoother than this. So I think it must just be something with this map, or... it feels really sluggish, like 10 FPS. Oh, God, that's beautiful. So we can reload first, doesn't end our turn. Just use this 25 of our action points. Now we can even move, reposition. Love it. Double line of sight down there. And we'll move up. Now there are crates on the map with ammo and gear in them and whatnot, which can actually make quite a big difference, because one of the first things oh, here's a crate right there. And here's the thing where if we step in there, we get extra willpower. That's one of the objectives, along with up on this tower as well. So those are the 2 ways you can get willpower, by stepping in those blue objectives, like securing those locations. And also, I think you get a little bit for killing enemies. There's also some perks. I know the assault class has one. No. The assault class has one that uses willpower to give them extra action points back. Plus, if you have no willpower, you can rest to get like half of it back. But yeah, the first thing I did, naturally, is all right, let's try Overwatch camping. Surely that'll be successful. And it worked. I just sat at the spawn, and I was like, Overwatch, 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 Overwatch. It completely and utterly worked. Everything died, and I was like, wow, this game's easy. And then I flew to the next mission, or the next zone, like an inch away. It was a mission. I did the mission, and then every single guy I had was out of ammo. Like, every single one. Because I didn't realize you needed to actually either manually reload them during the mission, or fly back to the base and give them more ammo so they have it. So that's something to keep in mind with the strategy map as well. Like, ammo considerations are a very big concern. In any event, I was going to fire a missile, and as I said that, I realized I blew up my own missile launcher like a key all-star MVP player. Let's see if we can actually ram this thing into the ground. That'd be kind of fun. Like right through here. Let's just see if we knock it all down, right? I don't know if it'll work or not. Give it a whirl. Well, looks like no. Guy's just floating. Oh, you know what? He must be connected to this, but that's kind of a stretch. It's not even connected. It's just floating in the air. Like you just don't care. All right. Maybe we should use something. Not the best odds in the world. The heavy is really good at shooting things close range. But for right now, I don't want to waste the ammo because I'm paranoid about having enough. For reasons I just explained. So we'll just move up here. I don't want to reload now because I think it uses the entire magazine just to do the partial reload. So what we'll do instead is just end the turn. Okay, double space will take care of that. Meanwhile, back here, Olivia, after double mind control, is finally ready to get back in the game. Up we go. And let's see what we can shoot here. It's not the worst odds in the world. Sure, let's go right for the head. Not bad. 6 damage, bleeding, broken part. Awesome. Now, let's do what I meant to do before. Let's switch over here onto the pistol. Alternatively, you know what? These lampposts are high cover, even though it seems like they shouldn't be at all, but they are. Let's come up here and let's take a free shot with Gunslinger. This is the pistol's ability. Fire the weapon without consuming action points, but we spend 2 will points to make this happen. And look at that. That's a very nice, sort of nice shot. And we missed it. My sharpshooters, friends. Just like my Long War 1 sharpshooters. Always shooting sharply. Oh, boy. And again. Okay. Well, someone deserves a mind control. Now, the cool thing is, this little grabby here actually maintains his hit points and his bleed. Oh, boy. This is a pretty challenging mission. Compared to playing a mission that's not in the mist. Mission's not in the mist. I think they've got like 4 enemies to start. Wow, that guy can barely do anything to us. All right. Olivia, what can you do for us? You've got action points. You got things over here, but you've got no will. You can't use either one. You do have to recover will points if you did nothing. We need people freed. We need them freed, and we need them freed now. Let's zoom over here, I think. We're gonna get wrecked by our own gun, and it's gonna be not fun. Okay, that's not quite where I want you to aim. Let's say... Ooh, is that ever close? Yes! We did not shoot our guy in the face at all, friends. Don't worry about it. Not a problem. All right, we got 0 action points over there. Basically, we can't do anything else unless... Let's drive the armadillo over. I was gonna ram this guy. Let's see what our shot is over here. A little bit awkward to be shooting machine gun at our own guy in the face, but you know, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? Nothing. Everything went right. That actually worked somehow. And I think this is the last guy. Budai. All right, friends, there's only one way to send you on your way. Ramming speed. It's not the end of the mission. Oh boy. That was just for something about that. He just like fell down. Where the heck are the enemies, is my question. Now, if we just kill all the enemies, we get all the loot without having to worry about it, so that's kind of my plan here. I also like that you can show the pathing, so if I click, I can't get there, but it's showing me like the path I would take to get there, which is very helpful for planning out where you're gonna go. I honestly don't have a clue where anything is, though. One of the things I miss in XCOM 2 from XCOM 1 was ammo management. XCOM 2 was like, you know what, we'll make ammo reloads like almost free. Anyone could do it whenever they want. Pistols don't even have ammo. In this one, not only do you have to manage your ammo management or loadouts during the mission, you have to manage it as well during the strategic side of the things. Which means you're going to end up playing with different guns and whatnot. Ooh, look at this missile med kit. We got a pistol over here. Yeah, one mission I did run on the ammo. I had to go grab a different gun. So I think we'll just leave all that. We don't even need to bother picking it up. I think it just slows it down. Really what I need to do is figure out where the last enemy is. Usually they just come to us. But it seems like... Ah, I figured there'd be another one of these things someplace. Okay, so that's the ticket. Let's blow our willpower here and just shred into this thing using rapid clearance. So -5 will points, but we can fire 3 bursts. There's one. Beautiful. 6 damage. Same deal. Right up there. I love the effects. I love the feeling in this too, the Gauss. That's 3. And then we'll use our actual... Oh, I would have used my actual ammo points, but wouldn't you know, I ran out. And like I was saying before, we don't have any ammo. There might have been some back there that I didn't grab. How about a grenade? I don't know how much damage this does. I doubt it's going to be 6. I don't know if there's fall off in this game. I suppose these are all questions we should find the answer to. Nope. He's got 1 damage and we're 100% out of abilities to do any damage. No melee on him just yet. All right. I think next turn we've got this. And I don't think anything else is going to be spawning here. Ooh, we actually... Well, I don't necessarily want to go grab this now. Let's take a look, though. Just curious. Nope, we got sniper ammo, a grenade. Ooh, a pistol. But I don't think we have any ammo for it, so it doesn't do us any good. Here we go. Good enough. Just need to hit the thing 1 time with like 1 bullet out of... We fire 12 shots. Each one does 4 damage. Sure. Just got to hit 1. Not a bad ending. But yeah, I was pretty surprised. Like, I didn't think the tactical or the strategy layer would be as potentially cool as it is. It's pretty basic and simplistic right now. There's just the 3 missions. But... it's going to be an immersive, and it's also going to be completely replayable as well, because everything's going to change every single time in a natural feeling way. Whereas XCOM always felt like in both 1 and 2, it was like, okay, here's 16 countries, just cover the 16 countries. And it's basically the same thing in XCOM 2. 16 countries, you know, go contact them rather than launch a satellite. No real big difference. This feels like I have the whole world as my oyster, as it were. But we got 6 sniper rifle ammo. That's ridiculous. We got 4 grenades, 2 pistols, 4 medkits, and 2 handgun ammo. We did not, however, get any other ammo for anything else. Now, you can make ammo, but we're so poor, I'm not sure that's a smart idea. Let's come back here now, refuel, and let's go do some exploration. We want to contact everybody within this range in case there's a haven that needs assistance. Okay, well, now we've got to kind of decide on what do we want to do. I think with 220 materials, I want to put a refueling station someplace. I probably want it to be up here, so we can fly from there down to here, and then from there we'll have a whole new base where we can contact a bunch of new friends. Here's safer, because we can get here, then go there, then probably go there. But let's go further and risk it. Let's just hope... Yeah, see, now everyone actually dislikes us. Dislike, dislike, dislike. But the individual havens can have different opinions of you. This one hates us. Like, really badly. So they're not going to let us put a fuel station up there. Let's come down here, because it looks like we can get to both of them. You guys, you want to be my friends? Nope. They don't like us. Ah. And we have another scavenging site. Alright. Well, it's going to be basically the same kind of mission again, only we're not going to have any ammo on our 1 assault because we didn't go back to base, like I was saying, to get some, nor did we loot any. And I don't think we... All the stuff we did loot actually went back to our base. So I was going to say maybe I could give them a pistol. Unfortunately, the one thing I wish they would change is that when you finish looting... a site that you just cleared, I wish you could immediately equip your squad with that gear. Because it doesn't make any sense that they ship it back to base without just taking what they need right away to keep moving. Hopefully they add that in the future, but I don't think I'm going to do this one just yet. What I might do is fly around for a little bit between episodes, and I'm pretty sure one of these havens is going to get raided, and the next episode I can go do a haven defense. And then as soon as you do the haven defense, you unlock the alien nest. And then we could go do that on the 3rd episode. And that's basically all the things they've added in addition to all this strategy layer. So far, so good. I actually like it quite a bit. It plays smooth, other than the FPS being a little bit low, but it's early, so that's fine. And I think the potential is there for messing up, for like just doing silly things, like not having ammo, not having grenades, shooting missile launches off the backs of your own guys, and then not being able to shoot a missile. Oh boy. Then you're running around carrying missiles, which I think slow you down, which isn't going to be fantastic. That you can't even shoot. But yeah, I like it. I definitely feel like it's solid from a gameplay and strategical implementation. Just very, very solid foundation to work on. But anyway, tomorrow we're going to do a Haven defense. And then the day after that, we'll do the Alien Nest. But until then, thanks for watching. And I'll see you soon. Alright, friends, there's only one way to send you on your way. Ramming speed! It's not the end of the mission. Oh boy. That was just for something about that. He just like fell down.